Grand Rising, my beautiful taste bud family. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, how's it going, y'all? Okay, so yesterday prompt, our action step was like, what can you do to connect to your inner child or whatever? I didn't really, well, I ended up like, I was doing my sister hair. My mom was on the phone too, and she would just tell us about like how we was like as a baby. I'm such a brat. I've always been a brat, okay? A very needy person. I love attention. That's how I've always been since I was a baby, okay? So it just made me happy, like, just knowing that that's just who I was. Like, I was like that when I was, like, 2. When you like that when you 2, you know that's legit, that's who you are. Like, I don't feed into me loving attention as much, but, like, I do. I love fucking attention. I love affection, okay? But, so that was really nice. It was nice to feel that. And, but I did connect with an actual child, my niece. She had got I don't know, like she got in trouble. Okay, so she's been aggressive with the kids at daycare lately. And she like literally this person was drinking milk and she came up to them and like literally knocked their milk out their hand, you know? And I like the way I handled the situation. Like I feel like it was really breaking a cycle when it came to that because um how with families, or especially black families, you just get a whooping, you get screamed at, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. That wasn't really what happened. Like, I literally, like, sat down, like, with her. I looked at her, asked her why she did it. She would not answer. So I had to start asking her yes or no questions, to lead into that. So I was just like, if you have some milk in your hand, because she loves chocolate milk, y'all. She loves chocolate milk. So I was just like, if you have milk in your hand, will you be okay if I just came up to you and knocked your hand, your milk out? And she wouldn't answer. I was like, yes or no. She was just like, no. I was just like, okay, so did you think it was okay to do that? And I had her look at me in my eyes, and she was just like, no, it wasn't okay. So I was like, okay, so you knew it wasn't okay and you still did it. And I felt her like wanting to cry, like, I feel like my little baby, so I just like, I wanted her to know that it was okay to make a mistake, but I don't want her to do it again. So I was just like, you treat people the way that you want to be treated. If you want like that, then don't do that to that person, okay? And gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, I held her and told her that I loved her. And it was just really sweet because I never experienced that as a child, okay? So it was just like, it made her really happy. I feel like she learned, and I asked her, was she gonna do it again? She said no. I said, okay, so you just told me that you wouldn't do it again. So if I hear it again, that means you're not a person of your word. And that means, that means you're a liar. And we don't do that over here, So it was just such a groundbreaking moment for myself. It was like a huge eye opener. I really appreciated that. And I feel like that situation made me really want to heal the child within me even more because a part of me felt very uncomfortable doing it just because, like my child self didn't get that, so I was glad that I still did it and I was glad to have that moment. It was so beautiful to me. Okay, so let me know what y'all did, DM me or message me or whatever. So let's go ahead and get started. I appreciate you so very much, Holy Spirit, Mother Goddess, Father God, Archangel, Spirit God, Universe, and Ancestors, for allowing for me to be a clear channel and a clear beacon of light. Thank you so much for allowing for me to release the ego with all of my readings. I truly appreciate you for only allowing for high vibrating energies into this space, those with their highest intentions in mind. So, what positive affirmation card you like to start the collective off with today? Show me clearly, please. So we have, I balance my masculine and my feminine side. So it says the masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. This is actually really, really beautiful, you guys, because like for me personally, it's so interesting because literally what I'm looking like, it's like, bitch, are you like, you feel me? But like, I hang out, like I naturally gravitate to masculine energy as far as those who I resonate with. I'm feminine. I'm in tune. Like, even though I never had like a feminine role model in my life like that, like I'm in tune with my feminine. Like I like to be a feminine person, but I usually hang around masculine energy and I resonate with them like I'm one of the dudes, even though I'm fine as hell, like a feminine woman. And it's because I feel like I balance my sides very well. So like, no offense to feminine energy. I love my women. I promise you I do. But feminine energy can be overly emotional sometimes, to the point where it's like they don't really put logic into the things that they do, while the masculine energy can be a little bit more logic based. They're much more simple, like they can simplify things. When feminine energy, we like to overcomplicate like every single thing. And like I said, I'm a feminine, I'm a woman. Okay, so I take accountability of that, but I use my logical side, like my masculine side, to help balance out my emotional feminine side. Okay, and with the feminine energy, a feminine energy taps into her creative abilities and she attracts things to her. Now that I'm still working on. And the masculine energy, they usually go out there and get it. Okay, so I'm a daddy's girl. Like I said, I do feel like I feel like I'm supposed to be feminine. I feel like I'm feminine, but I do reside in my masculine, just because of tradition, like the way that I was raised and stuff, and just like a part of me that naturally gravitates to that part as well. So I do go out and get the shit that I like, but it's just like you don't have to over like work yourself. It can be a balance of the two. So if you're a masculine energy, this is like you being more in tune with your emotions, and if you're feminine energy, it's like I feel like it's an emotional thing, not allowing for your emotions to cloud your judgment, to cloud your character, to cloud, the decisions that you make, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and get an I am affirmation. And you know what's so cool? The sun is masculine and the moon is feminine. The dark, the shadow is feminine, okay? Illusions is feminine, because that is kind of what feminine energy is, okay? So we have, I am open, 14, which goes to 5. It says, vulnerability is my strength, not my weakness. My openness attracts those who are beneficial to my highest good. When I lean into my feelings, I am honoring my truth. When I communicate my feelings in a loving way, I'm speaking my truth. I am open. So this is very beautiful. I feel like this is actually for people who reside in their masculine, because a lot of people who reside in their masculine, y'all, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, you are afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to express your emotions, okay? Because you don't want to come off as weak, because masculine is supposed to be a provider. Masculine is supposed to have, they stuff in order. They're supposed to be leader and blah this and blah that. That's just kind of like what natural masculine energy does, okay? So it's just like you're not weak for being vulnerable. It actually makes you much stronger, makes you be able to connect to people more. Okay, and then we have 7, I am a creator. So everything around me began as a thought. My clothes, my home, and even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all of the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts create my actions and thereby create my life as I know it. Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. So this is like taking control of what you have created in your life so far. So it's just like if you do not like where you're at, just understand it's your thoughts that created that. You were just like, and it's just me being vulnerable with y'all. You guys like if I'm like my immediate family, like it's nothing wrong with them. We just don't resonate with each other, okay? But for me, family is so important. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes for us to be a tight-knit, glued, family, like a family dynamic. And, it's sacrifice who I am authentically to do that, okay? So it's just like my thoughts of wanting to have this close-knit family by any means necessary caused for me to sacrifice who I was authentically, which caused for me to feel numb and dead inside, which causes for me to be resentful, which causes for me to be depressed, which causes for me to be in an environment that I don't like. You feel me? Because like I allow for my emotions and my feelings to cloud my judgment when it comes to you just don't resonate with these people as your authentic self. So now I'm going to take responsibility to create better thoughts for myself. Like, okay, now I'm going to consider myself. I'm going to consider my own well-being. I'm going to consider my authentic self. And I'm actually going to surround myself in environments that actually encourage me to be my authentic self, who love me as my authentic self. If that makes sense? So let us see what card comes out today to help you move forward. Thank you so very much, Spirit. What energy should the collective focus on to help them move forward today? Show me clearly. Okay, so we have the Judgment card and we have the Two of Wands. So the Judgment card talks about releasing. It talks about praying. It talks about releasing judgment judgment from yourself, caring about what other people think. And I get heavy judgment, especially with that I'm open part. It's okay to be open. This is like receiving your messages and not being afraid to send them out. That 2 of Wands talks about free will and free choice. Like, you have the choice. You have, like, you don't have to go back and forth on what choice you want to make based off of judgment. Like, don't even consider judgment, especially for yourself as well. Be like, okay, does my spirit call for me to do this? Is this the answers to my prayers? Is this aligned with the life that I want to create? Okay, so I do feel like an option, or the energy that you should focus on to help you move forward, is most definitely making a choice, a free will choice that releases judgment. You have the choice to not judge yourself. You have the choice to not judge others, or you have the choice to judge them. So I do feel like this is most definitely looking deeper into a situation, especially with that High Priest card, doing more research when it comes to people and their own healing, the cycles that they may be stuck in, etc., the habits that they may be breaking away from and healing from, and just understanding that you don't have to place judgment on others or yourself because of certain things that you've been through, your trauma, unhealthy habits, etc. So with that being said, I love you guys, and for some of you guys, it is like holding on to those unhealthy habits. It's like you have the choice to release it, because the Judgment card talks about release. You can release those unhealthy habits, the side of you that resonated with that person, and you don't have to judge yourself from the things that you've been through or the things that you did when you weren't aware. If that makes sense, that was your trauma, or you were feeding into those unhealthy habits. When you make that decision to change and do better and be better, and you know your actions are going to change and correlate with that as well, then you don't have to hold your past self over your head, just constantly reminding you and making you feel bad. You can truly release it. So the action step for today will be, what action can I do to release judgment from myself? What can I forgive myself about? Like, what can I forgive myself on? What answer or what prayer did I put out there that I feel like I can actually take action on? How can I show myself love in a way that isn't judgmental? How can I show myself love when I feed into, unhealthy habits? So those are different types of ones. You pick which one resonate with you, because this is general, so it's a lot of different messages for different people. So I love you guys. Remember, we're always lit and we're always growing. You have a wonderful day on purpose, okay? Toodles.